Hey guys, welcome to Currently Cringing. Happy New Year. Hi Aditya.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope this year I can record every week. That's one of my goals. How do you feel?
I feel fat. I feel bloated and kind of gross.
Care to elaborate?
Just like end of December, holidays, step count was at an all-time low. Getting cold. It was super dark in New York. The Northeast holidays and winter just hits differently. And I know that we haven't really hit the thick of winter yet, but at least the days are getting longer now and the holidays are over. Like I feel like I've eaten chocolate every day for a month or something sugary. And like I went a day without chocolate yesterday and my body was like going through some kind of like a, you know, what's the word like when drug addicts are weaned off?
Withdrawals.
Withdrawals, that's the word. Yeah. See, my brain's not even working because I've been gone for so long.
It's chocolate. I love chocolate. So for me, I guess we were discussing this. We both have New Year blues.
Ugh,
Is
yeah.
that a thing?
Yeah, I mean New Year's post-holiday blues, New Year blues. I feel like 2023, I was really comfortable with that year. And like now 2024 is the unknown.
I have to say, I feel the same way. I had a great year, but this year I have the blues because I'm turning 40, which is huge. And aging is a privilege. We know this. I'm grateful for every year that we get to see. But I'm not where I want to be. And I've discussed this prior, so I won't get into it again. But I'm just not where I want to be in my life. And a lot happened, and a lot of it looks good on paper, right? Like comedy shows, husband, and all these things. But you need to be fulfilled within on your own before all those other things come into play and even mean something. Till then, like if you're not happy within yourself, then nothing really matters.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think for me, I'm not where I want to be in certain spaces, certain projects I'm working on, like at work. I'd say I'm like 36 months behind, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not happy health wise because it's like the same cycle every year where I'll be like really feeling good about my fitness levels, like on September 30th. And then like literally it's like slow descent into like being back into out of shape. And then I spend the whole winter, if I'm lucky, sometimes it's the whole spring trying to get back in shape. And then summer, I'm like really crushing it, like 7 workouts a week, blah, blah, blah. And then it happens again.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I guess the old one was like, lose X amount of pounds, blah, blah, blah. But I think we're just putting to overdrive. I was like, I might just get Mounjaro / Ozempic. So I like went up and signed up and I just wanted to see. I went on a couple websites and I'm trying to go through those channels and just even our friends like NKP, wants a shot. I think everyone wants to just try it out. I feel like I just wanted to jumpstart. Like I don't want to lose the same 10 pounds that I've lost every winter. It would be nice to have like another way to do it. And I just want to like exist for a month, which apparently is what happens on, Ozempic. And like I'll still lift and do all the other stuff, but I don't want to have to like think about food for a month, which sucks because this is the month where you want to eat the most food.
And it's an addiction. It's an actual thing, like food addiction. I can tell you as a skinny fat person, I think about food all day long. In fact, today I just texted my husband. I was like, well, eating breakfast, all that did was open up my appetite. And I've eaten a bag of barbecue chips since because I generally don't eat breakfast. And today we thought, let's try something different. Everyone says eat breakfast. Let's try some oatmeal and eggs. All that did was make me hungrier.
Over the holidays, we actually were openly all cheating on our diets, and Indian people have famine genetics and sending videos from white dudes with long hair who were married to Indian women.
Yeah, there's this white dude on social media with long hair, and he's married to an Indian woman, and he just trashes brown genetics and brown people, and he talks
Brown
about
diets.
brown diets and how we need to eat healthier and have more protein and lift. And he's right, but because he's white, we're like, shut the fuck up.
And then we have our other Indian influencer friend, Batsa, who actually looks pretty good and lost a bunch of weight, just portion control, calories. But the guy lives in India. Like, not to hate on it. Like, if I lived in India for a whole winter, I've done that for periods of time. You don't gain weight. Good luck losing all that weight as an Indian person in the Northeast.
in America during the holidays where not only are we eating famine genetics like Indian food, but we're also eating pumpkin pie. Like we're doing both.
Also, our holidays start earlier. We started with Diwali. So like white people start like on November 30th. Like we started on like November 7th. And it's like a week of Diwali shit, which leads right into Thanksgiving and then the holidays, Christmas, New Year's. And that's, just one more thing.
And then by New Year's Day, you're miserable and fighting for your life and wondering if you should get on the scale or how
No,
to get rid of it.
I'm not gonna get on the scale until after I take a month of whatever I take. We should talk next about our little bet.
I'm really proud of you. We made a bet because in our group chat, we've been pushing you, we've been peer pressuring you to go on Ozempic or Mounjaro. And for the listeners, we've done some research and Mounjaro is better than Ozempic. But the bet was, as friends who are like family, I'd say our friendships are different in this chat. We're more like cousins. And we generally say things that only your family says. And we've been encouraging you to lose weight for a long time. And last year you had a good run. And now we feel like you get back into this winter mode where we say your excuse is not getting the steps and the food, it's temptation, it's an addiction, and you find yourself in this place again. And ultimately we're like, Dits, just get on Mounjaro, everyone's on it, just do it. And we made that bet, and you said,
I said you need to do something that I've been telling you to do for a while.
which is ridiculous. It sounds so ridiculous. So the bet is, if Dits goes on Mounjaro, I have sex with my husband. We have no sharam in this podcast. We have no shame. I am not embarrassed to say that me and my husband did not bone for most of the year. And
most
of the year is an
99%.
understatement. 99% of the year. And we kept making excuses. To be fair, we are secure in our relationship. There's a lot of cuddles, but he works 120 hours a week, and my schedule, I'm always on a plane. I'm not ashamed to admit I also have low libido and fatigue and depression and a lot of other things.
And every time you go on a trip with him, you're on your period somehow.
And every time I went on a trip with him, I got my period. And, if you're a girly listening, like the first 2 days is hell. It's not like just spotting. It's like Niagara Falls. It's disgusting. It's like the movie Saw. But
Oh, God.
we made a bet, right? We're like, you go on Mounjaro and me and my husband will bone, which is ridiculous. But we did. And so that's how I spent my New Year's. My husband was on call. I spent Christmas in Miami, and then we came back for New Year's because my husband had to work, and my good old boomer Indian parents were like, you cannot stay here and leave your husband, even though he's working and not available. They're like, you need to go back with him. And so I went back with my husband and stayed home on New Year's Eve. And he was lucky enough to come home by 10 p.m. and we ordered some Nobu and did the deed. But it took some time, it took some time because it's been a minute. And you put in your order for Mounjaro.
Yeah, we both did the thing we had to do.
And speaking of low libido, a lot of people don't want to talk about this either. Why is it so taboo to talk about sexual supplements? Like, if you need it, get on it.
Yeah, there's so many telehealth companies now. If you don't want to talk to your main healthcare provider, I don't know about women, but for men, or if you're a girl who's dating a guy who's like, low libido or like has issues in the bedroom, whatever, just go on like Hims, Roman, Rugiet. There's like, I forget, there's like 5 or 6 of them. And my phone is probably listening to me right now, and it's probably going to give me another 10 on Instagram as like sponsored ads. And they just like send it to you, and they'll give you a subscription. You can cancel it, you can start it up again, kind of as much as you want. And if you don't like telehealth, you can just go to your doctor and just tell them, and then they'll make you write your prescription. You know?
And fatigue is a major reason in our relationship. And for me, I can say my entire life I've had low libido. It's just a thing I've had. And it spikes up when I do work out every day, and I haven't been doing that, and eating right, all those things, right, and not stress. Last podcast, I said I was like miserable in Arizona. Like all of those things are contributing factors. But if you are listening and you need some assistance, it's okay to take some supplements and
the bonus is one of those companies I mentioned, Roman, also has Mounjaro. So I was like looking, I was like, oh,
super.
two for one.
So how did you spend your New Year's Eve?
I spent it with my girlfriend.
You're ready to put it out there?
Mic drop. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like each girl you've dated, like you've learned a lesson, but I'm going to say, I won't say her name. The one you're dating, your girlfriend, is the most impressive.
Yeah. She's great in like every way. And she's not Indian. And she's someone I actually dated not that long ago. And we took a little bit of a break. And then we realized that we also just had a good friendship, but also with some attraction. And we both miss each other a lot. And it just felt like we were wasting our time not giving things a chance. And we gave it a chance. And we had a really, really good month of December. And I asked her like between Christmas and New Year's to be my girlfriend, which was not the plan. I was a little tipsy.
I only said to wait because it was Mercury
You
retrograde.
know, you were right. Like it was like, oh, it was like 2024, like a new year, post retrograde, kind of like around now would have been nice. But retrograde like really just fucks with your brain. And my brain was a little tipsy and we were having so much fun together. Went to a Rangers game together. We went to dinner, drinks, jazz club, like all like in the span of a week. And I was just having so much fun with her. And I was just like, I should just let her know how I feel, you know? Uh, and then we ended up spending New Year's with a bunch of my friends who loved her. And of course, as a new relationship, we after New Year's, we were exhausted, went back and passed out, as one does.
And
No one's voting
we,
on New Year's.
and we had to because of our bet. Because what people don't know is this bet had been going on for a few months now. And we literally
A
didn't
few
know.
months. We've been talking about it since the summer.
Okay, since the summer. And we finally, did the deed because we don't lose a bet on December 31st.
I was mad at you,
It
getting
was
a
an intervention, I'd say.
supplement. Yeah. I was
I
like, if
think
I could do this, then you can't do this very easy thing.
I did not have that on my bingo card that you, the Dits, would be our sex therapist. You literally spoke to my husband. You spoke to me. It was like a serious intervention. Like,
Yeah, I had calls
well,
with both of you guys, and I was just like, I actually kind of handled you both differently. I was very kind to him and nice, and I was kind of like walking him through like, oh, like this is just, the way I would handle this and this and that, and it's like you're normal and blah blah blah. And then I called you and I just screamed at you.
which is how everyone handles us. Like everyone is like yelling at me and bashing me, and then he gets treated like,
A prince.
royalty, a prince.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's hilarious. But yeah, Christmas was fun. But as you get older, all these holidays, I think they get tougher and tougher because they just are a reminder of time passing.
Well, my question is who enjoys the holidays truly? Like, except for, I don't know about white versus brown families, because my girlfriend had a blast with her family. They have like a big family and like she has all these cousins and blah, 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 grandparents and all that. And like, yes, her grandparents are like younger. With me, it's just like all the holidays are the same. It's my one nuclear family. I don't really have a lot of cousins. And everyone's always fighting in brown families. I don't know about you.
It's so funny you said that because you were exchanging text messages with us and you were sending us these gorgeous, fun, loving videos from your girlfriend's white family Christmas. And then us, like the brown people, we were like having arguments with our families. That's what holidays are for
I
brown
mean,
people.
I had 27 missed calls from my dad when I was like hanging out with my sister on Christmas Eve. And then I remember I was just getting yelled at over and over again for things I won't mention. But I remember I was like, I am not coming for Christmas tomorrow because I don't want to get screamed at anymore. And I said, this is just the way it is. And basically my mom kind of pulled a Home Alone 2 situation where I was literally about to walk by myself to the tree on Christmas Eve. at Rockefeller Center. And she's like, I'll come find you. And I was like, what is happening right now? So I was like, no, you can stay home. I'll come see you at home. And then we just had it out. And then I think I had both my parents basically apologize to me for all the stress that was going on and like taking it out on me. And I just feel like I don't know who else feels this stuff happened during the holidays.
I think it's very common. In fact, it's more common than you think across all ethnicities. For me, we were marked safe from a Brown family fight this year because my husband was there, and everyone's got to be on their best behavior.
Yeah, that's fair. But normally, do your sister and brother and the family all fight, or?
Yeah, because the fight this year was because I told my brother to go on Mounjaro. Wasn't funny to him, but you and him had a nice pep talk as well. But maybe I shouldn't be telling people to go on Mounjaro.
Well, I was telling your brother that he's like a kid and he still has a lot of time before
He's a child, and I am hard on him.
He's 28.
Yeah.
My God, that was like 10 girlfriends ago for me. And I have like leveled up slowly ever since. And like, like I can't, me at his age, I had just started business school and that was so long ago. Wow. I'm 36
And
then.
I will also say my friend Susan, who gave us all a pep talk, who has been on Mounjaro and looks incredible, like better than ever at 40 with 2 kids. She was like, you're really an asshole for being a skinny friend. And maybe I am.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I shouldn't be telling people to go on Mounjaro.
Well, the annoying thing is you like want some, and I'm like, you're skinny, you don't deserve it. And you're like filling out the BMI thing and you're like saying that you're 180 pounds. I'm like, excuse me.
I want it because the lifestyle I live because of IBS and all those things and migraines and stomach issues and diarrhea feels like starving. Like to me, having a green juice in the morning is starvation. Like I would rather have pancakes, eggs, waffles, like the stuff I had in my 20s.
Oh, you mean like all the stuff I had during the holidays?
Exactly.
If you were in New York during the month of December, would go to Bryant Park, the Christmas market, all the food stalls there, and they had this waffle place there, and that would be like a quick 3,000 calories at dinner.
Exactly. And then I'd go to Max Brenner's.
I had hot chocolate from Max Brenner.
Exactly. And have the hot chocolate, which is probably 2,000 calories. But yeah, I just wanted to get on it so that I could have a month of like eating, but I don't qualify.
That's true. Everyone should have access to this, if you think about it.
But then you hear about all these real housewives who are also already like pretty fit and they're on it. It's like everyone's on it.
So I was doing this telehealth thing and it's pretty hard so far. Where like I have to keep sending them photos of myself. So I'm like going back in time and looking for my fattest photos. And I'm like, they're like, take a front photo and a side photo. And I'm like puffing my stomach out, like trying to look like crap. Like the exact opposite of what you do in like a, a night out Instagram photo. I'm like, you know.
What has been the process so far? You signed up, you got a blood test?
I paid for the membership. I took a bunch of photos. I got a blood test, which said my cholesterol was a little bit elevated, which it already was, but it's actually lower than it used to be. And I took some medication for that. So it's funny because the week before my blood test, I was joking with my girlfriend. I was like, we need to eat like shit this week. And I'm going to stop taking my meds so I can raise my cholesterol. It's so messed up.
I just feel like everyone's on it. I don't know how they're getting it, but we know now because you're getting it. So when does it actually come in?
I don't know because I've gone to 2 different sources for it. And I'm just trying to be like, which one comes first, which one's covered by insurance, because the insurance is another part of it. So I might just see what happens. I feel like this won't officially get started for another 2 weeks or so.
I'd love to see your journey. And I'm also terrified because skinny dits, like we always say, like you're going to be evil. Like don't forget the little people.
Well, I think the people that were there from the beginning are there kind of supporting, like, the core group people are the ones that'll be fine. And that includes my girlfriend, who's like been very supportive of this journey, which is one reason you like her. You're like, oh, she wants to be on Mounjaro, you should keep her.
Yeah, I'm supportive because she's like agreeing with me and all my points.
She's like, I'll stick a needle in you while you're sleeping. Huh?
You need someone who wants, you to be your best self.
Yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to eat a lot better this month. She's like, we're gonna do a dry January. We're gonna, eat more sweet green and home cooked
Get steps
meals,
together.
more steps. Yeah, I don't know where because it's kind of gross out, but treadmill, workout classes. So I think the fun days of like our, Italian dinner dates might be coming to an end and replaced by, Saturday mornings in the gym. So, but that's a real relationship, right? It's not just going out and whining and dining, right?
No, it's someone who actually cares about your health. And that's where we're coming from as friends as well. We care about your health, right? We want you to be the best version of yourself. And yeah, people can say, I'm going to get canceled for this. People can say being the best version of yourself is being overweight. If there's a
No.
solution that everyone is using,
I keep telling people this. I don't want to be like ripped because that is Mounjaro plus a lot of other lifestyle changes. I just want to be like in the slightly overweight category and like a proper dad bod, right? Like a good like you're a little overweight, you can't see like just like no big tummy, and you're just like wearing normal people clothes and all that stuff. But I don't want a six pack. Like why would I ever like if I was single and I don't need a six pack, like you don't need a six pack after the age of 30 to 35. You're like you can be fine without it.
it's not for everybody, you know? Like no one in our group chat has one.
Julio does.
Julio is the only white person in our group chat. I feel like no one wants to hear their friend telling them to go on like a diet supplement or something, but it's proven to change lives and lower cholesterol.
I think it's worth trying. Yeah, it's not. So it's. I mean, the cholesterol part's very interesting. It's good for heart health. So it's like, yeah, we're doing all this for our long-term health, and I think it's looking going forward, it'd be a great thing to have just in the winter. I'd say like the cold months, just you're on Mounjaro or whatever, and then like come spring, summer, fall, you can just live and maintain the rest of the year.
I think it's going to be life-changing for you. And as for me, I have to decide, and we'll discuss this in our next episode. Like, are we having a child? Yes, we froze the eggs, but they always recommend you to start the natural way. And it's like, is this happening or not?
Well, this is a continuation of last year where you didn't boat all year, right? So it's like I know you were like, oh, we should go for the weekly boat. I was like, hun, you can't go from annual to weekly. Let's start with quarterly, like the
You're
board
like
meeting.
trying to bone once a quarter.
Once a month, I think is good. Once a quarter is realistic for y'all. Treat it like a board meeting.
For sure. And it's a job. That's what we discussed. All of this is a job. Watching your weight, eating right, boning, keeping the relationship hot. All of this is work.
Yeah. I mean, we're not 25, right? That was where all this stuff was easy. We were all skinny. We were all boating randomly.
Yeah. Well, did you do a vision board or write?
I just feel like I don't need a vision board. I can just tell you the things I'm doing. Like resolutions never work. It's just best to be like, these are the steps and this is what I've planned for the year, right? It's like, I want to lose weight. This is the plan I'm doing it, for it. I think last year I had mentioned in the start of 2023, I said, Indian girls are great. I've dated a lot of them. Let me try dating non-Indian girls. And I said, I'd like to have a girlfriend by the end of the year. And one of them I dated for a little bit, didn't work out. And then the girl I'm currently seeing, I remember as a group chat, I took a screenshot and I was like, "Hey, look at this girl. She looks great. I wonder if I should ask her out." And I'm not saying that's like manifesting, but I was just like, it doesn't hurt to send her a message. And that's the person I dated for the longest time this year. It's the person I had the most fun with. Sorry, this year meaning 2023. It's the person I had the most fun with, and the person that I'm going into 2024 trying to build a long-term relationship with. So I don't know if I believe in like the whole vision board manifesting thing, but I think it's good to like always have like a plan.
Agree. And I think what you're saying is, like the vision board, affirmations, journaling, all of those things that I do, like I do to basically remind myself of like,
Mhm.
the good things. But the most important factor is to take action.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I think we've done that. We started the year right, and I'm excited for us. And, I'm wishing you well on your Mounjaro journey. I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Mounjaro and relationship together. It's not what we had planned.
Love.
Yeah. Happy New Year.